And we're back. Listen to the Core Hour live on ESPN 1700. Thanks for introing us right there. I think you brought us out of break right there.
I did?
I think so. Yeah,
What did I do?
I don't know.
We were live.
We were live, girl.
Oh.
That's all right. That's what we do around here. That's what makes it fun.
Right on. Back in studio, Michelle at FITzeeFoods, discussing meal plans in general and how to live a healthy lifestyle. We talked a little bit earlier with regard to what FITzeeFoods is all about. So I want to give you an opportunity to give out your guys' contact information. Anybody have any questions or wants to check out your website? How do they do so?
First, click follow on Instagram.
Look at you.
It's FITzeeFoods. That's FITZEEFOODS. Then you're going to go to Facebook and click like on FITzeeFoods.
I feel like you're yelling at me right
And
now.
then, have you guys done this yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then you're going to, if you have a question, you can call us, 858-271-0045, or you can email info@FITzeeFoods.com. I probably will get those emails, so you'll get...
How about checking out your location? I think it's a pretty cool spot.
Yes,
Liberty
we have
Station.
a location, Liberty Station in Point Loma, and then we also have a location downtown inside Nutrition Zone at 650 First Avenue.
Very
So
cool.
those are our two retail locations, and if you want to come to our kitchen, you can come to our kitchen. It's in Miramar.
Yeah, and one of the cool things about the kitchen that I think stands out from, at least from what I've seen out there, is definitely the quality of the work being done in the kitchen. Super sanitary. I mean, just it's the Nordstroms. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So the Nordstroms of
It's surgically clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Now
That mic is not.
That's disgusting.
You have Ebola now. You officially have Ebola.
Somebody get her a wipey of some sort. That is
Yeah, no, we have actual cooks and chefs that follow recipes to a T, because that's what we sell. You know, when you go to a restaurant, they're just tasting it for taste by whoever's cooking your food.
Right.
You know, we taste for, did you follow the recipe for 100%, and does it match the label?
And I think that makes the difference in the quality and the taste of the food. It's not just food getting put together. You actually have full-on cooks and chefs. They're not just people just heating stuff up. Yeah.
No, we don't have just random people cooking the food.
Yeah.
Right on. I want to get back to one topic. My uncle actually asked me. He lives in Boston, and he asked this question because he saw we were going to have you guys on. When it gets shipped, how? I don't even understand the shipping process in terms of.
It's complicated.
Yeah, that's a science.
So, talk me through that.
We've
a little
been
bit.
tweaking that for about 4 years now. So we've come to the conclusion that I wanted everything recyclable. So when you get your box, it's basically like a mini fridge. We ship everything fresh, which, you know, so when you get it, it's still cool. It's not frozen. So a lot of people ask us, oh, you ship it frozen. No, it's not frozen. The insert that goes in the box, the containers, everything is recyclable.
So in terms of like staying cold, that box is all it takes, or there's packaging within the box?
There's packaging within the box, and then we use reusable ice packs, so you can reuse them at home for like weekend trips, maybe picnics. And then a little bit of dry ice to keep the ice packs frozen.
See, and I think that's the coolest thing, because tell me if you agree with me. I'm sure you're going to agree with me here. But as far as like when we travel and we have to head out for a day to go speak somewhere or two, the biggest thing is packing enough food. And then you're only going to really pack for maybe a day and a half. And then you have to find location out there to cook and the kitchen and the whole deal. It's like you could literally grab your luggage and pre-plan to have meals delivered, you know, say for instance when I was in Chicago, having meals set up there and you're good to go.
Yeah, when you show up
and not have to travel with the actual
a
meals.
client of ours coming to town, you know, they're healthy too, meals are sitting there waiting for them, you know, so I get that. So okay,
well, we work with all of Major League Baseball and with all the teams individually, and they'll say, okay, we need this amount of many meals delivered to this clubhouse by this day, and then this clubhouse by this day. So we actually ship them meals while they're on the road for the guys with special dietary restrictions. So a lot of the guys are gluten-free or dairy-free because the clubhouses don't provide anything remotely healthy.
Which is crazy in today's, you know, that's your, I mean, that you own them in the sense that they're, you know, you're putting a product on the field that you want to be healthy. I don't see how they
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
The Seattle Seahawks, though, and the NFL have the best kitchen. I love it. I just eat there when I go there.
And it's probably not a coincidence that they're the best team in the NFL a couple years in a row. I mean,
so they correlate. But in
absolutely.
baseball, it's a little different.
I'm a baseball guy. Don't talk about this stuff. Baseball guys, they don't eat, right?
No.
You know, you can get away with being a little out of shape and still play baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They serve beer and ice cream and all sorts of,
In the locker room?
yeah, in the clubhouse,
Oh,
they
the
call
clubhouse,
it.
that's what I meant, yeah. Oh, that's, yeah.
We catered a few of the Padres post games, and some of the guys, they wanted like
They're like,
the
no, I want.
Flemings. They do Flemings, Donovans,
Gotcha.
the burrito shop down the street. I don't know what it's called.
Sounds about
Our
right.
enchiladas didn't compare to them.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, in terms of personalizing your meals, I know maybe a professional athlete a little bit different. You know, as competitors, sometimes we need personalized meals. Your meals are just off your menu. You guys don't personalize meals.
Correct. Yeah, we used to personalize meals way back in the day when I first started, and
But even when you're tracking, I know that I read like the macronutrients and how to kind of just keep them in line, and they all
Yeah.
kind of fall under the same.
yeah, we have some muscle meals that are about 50 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, and under 10 grams of fat, which seem to be very into the macronutrient breakdowns that you guys are looking for. But a lot of the meals, even the paleo ones, are all protein and vegetables. So you can make them work with your diet. They're also all in my FitnessPal. So for anyone that uses my FitnessPal, you can actually just track your meals that
Which
way.
is like the best app out there.
It is the
Yeah.
best app.
How would you know? You don't have anything on your phone.
Wow. You're
Oh,
taking me
just
back.
fun-
You
those are
just
just
took me
fun
back.
things.
Yeah.
So-
Took me back to
sorry.
Sunday real quick.
Sorry. Can someone incorporate like a one-on-one nutrition plan? I know I saw that on the website in terms of, you know, a lot of people are trying to do one-on-ones. How do your meals fit into play?
Yeah, you can email us. We do have a registered dietitian on staff, so we can meet in person in San Diego or Skype or phone over the phone. There is a fee for that. That's extra, but really that's digging deeper into what exactly is that person looking for.
Yeah, so as you progress with your nutrition, you know, if you get to that level, there's an option for you there too.
And there's definitely a difference between a registered dietitian and a nutritionist, so everyone knows that.
So what's the difference?
The difference is the dietitian actually has a dietetic degree. A nutritionist, anyone can go online and do a certificate.
I don't know.
I didn't know that either.
It's very
There you
similar to personal training. There's a lot of personal
I'll be-
training programs out there where you can just get a certificate.
Right.
Or there's the trainers that actually have a CSCS designation or something like that with sports and athletics.
Yeah, let's put it out there too. Like a dietitian or someone that coaches you or someone that's going to be your trainer should also be in good shape.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I go to gyms around the city and I see people getting trained by people that should have a trainer. You know, you see that all the time.
All the time.
You know, if someone's not eating right, if someone's not working out the way they're supposed to, it's hard to take their advice. And you know, how am I going to buy into it when you're not doing it? And that's kind of the thing why I'm doing what I'm doing, or why I've tried to transition into eating better, is because of my family. Like I want my
Lead
kids
by
to
example.
grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, at a certain point, okay, you're going to lead by example, but then how do you bring them with you? Because it's like, oh, that's just what Dad's doing. That's what my
Right.
husband's doing.
That's
Like,
his
no.
thing.
Yeah,
No,
like
it
he's
can't be.
competing. So when I saw the extra large meals and I saw that, like, I'm like, okay, I'm going that direction. Like that's what our
For the
dinner's going to
family.
be every
Mhm.
night, and that's what we're going to do. So that's what we did last night at the park. So it was awesome. So
Perfect.
Right, and they probably liked everything because a lot of our meals I consider kid friendly.
yeah, not my kids. They're my kids. Because the kids are just picky. But if you just like, it's healthy. This is what we're doing all together, and then they start to buy into it. They'll buy into whatever you want them to buy into at the end of the day.
Yep.
I was going to ask you as a competitor. You know, I know how much meals play a role, and talk about that a little bit. But for someone that's always all in, and how do you maintain a balance in the off season, like having FITzeeFood meals that maybe aren't on the plan?
You know what? It's not easy either. You know, because I have to learn to kind of let go a little bit. You know, you get so caught. I'm a huge creature of habit, and that's why this fitness thing's worked for me, because everything has to be so structured. But I've had to learn to let go and be like, you know, this morning we had a donut. This morning, it was like one of those things. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a donut with my coffee. Like it's okay. I'm not gonna like, you know.
You're not going to tip over and
I'm
die.
not gonna fall apart.
80-20 rule, you
I
guys.
know.
80%
But you know what? It's
good,
I've
20%
actually.
you have cheat days.
Yeah, you know, and I'm kind
might
of
be
that
one
ratio
more.
right now. I'm kind of that ratio, and I get to the point where it's like, you know, if I don't feel too good, I tend to want to tighten back up. So we'll go clean for a couple days or a few days, and then you know, if we know we're gonna splurge in something, then you know, I adjust, and you just have a more calculated cheat day.
Yeah, you have your donut in the morning. You have all day to clean up your, the rest of your day. Still work
You have
out,
to
still
live
run.
life. You can't just eat chicken and broccoli and brown rice.
But see, I could.
Yeah, he is. He's a robot. He's a robot when it comes to that.
I operate better that way.
That's what I was thinking. Like when you let the reins off a little bit,
Yeah.
do you get scared about it snowballing into eating like a?
I get scared, but I know I'll never allow it.
Yeah.
So that's when I decide, okay, I need to hold back a little bit. But I'm already thinking like, okay, I've got 4 more weeks to anything that we're going to do. Then I'm going to go into like a quote unquote bulking phase where it's going to be a little bit more regulated as far as portion controls, making sure I'm eating a lot more, and work on putting on some weight going into next year.
You can put on weight with FITzeeFoods.
Yeah, I know I can.
Extra
An
large.
extra large meal, extra Fitzy bar a day.
That's part of the plan. FITzeeFoods is going to give me my pro card next year.
Heather, did he donut cheat on you today?
He did.
I was starting to say it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, she's here. It was a fritter. It was an apple fritter too.
And it was amazing.
Oh, that's it. Now you're taking her to Froyo, bro.
Yeah, she treated me to Froyo, man, after that Sunday. I felt like that little kid.
Let me take you to
let me
Froyo.
get you some ice cream.
I'm all about that.
I just sat there and like pouted,
That's what I mean. Like as kids, like that's what made us feel better.
Talk during the time we were eating.
No.
You're like you.
No, don't talk to her right now.
Start putting context back in my phone. I'm eating my Froyo.
Who are you? Who am I?
Right on. Michelle, I wanted to ask you too, like kind of with the explosion of meal prep. I know that you guys have been around for a while, so you guys are ahead of the times in terms of people trying to get into the business. But what's in the future for FITzeeFoods? What's next for you guys?
More locations. There's also a few other things in the works, so maybe we'll talk about that another time, so you can stay tuned, but it's a big one. And just really helping people change their lives one meal at a time. I'm all about the competition. It's now there's more awareness towards what we do.
For sure. And there's
lots of people that need to eat it's like burger places. There's McDonald's, there's Burger King, we have the high-end places like Burger Lounge and Five Guys. I mean, there's 8 million different burger places. Why can't there be a ton of meal prep companies? Because we're all helping.
And then there's
people.
In-N-Out that has like 3 burgers, and it doesn't matter what time of day you go, they are packed.
Yeah,
that's like FITzeeFoods.
Yeah, they don't need to come out with a make something.
You know what we're ordering.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right on. All right, so when we get back, more with Michelle at FITzeeFoods, and also we'll discuss some fundraisers coming up. So stay tuned. You're listening to the Core Hour Live on ESPN 1700.